Enrique Penalosa is a Colombian politician. He was mayor of Bogotá, the capital city of Colombia, in two different occasions from 1998 until 2001. He is now in Addis Ababa city on his official consultative work and has made time to pay a visit to some of the development endeavors undertaken by the Addis Ababa city administration, particularly the ongoing road corridor development project. He says the mayor of Addis Ababa city, Adanech Abiebie, is doing a very commendable job in changing the image of the city to the better. Regarding the corridor project, Penalosa stated that creating quality sidewalks and pedestrian spaces is more important for a big city like Addis Ababa.
What Mayor Adanech Abiebie is doing is very important because she's making many important things for people like parks and the BRT. But I think the most important is great sidewalks and bikeways. What makes a difference between an advanced city and a backward city is not that there are highways or subways, it's that there are quality sidewalks. And so I believe what she's doing is very important. Also, I think the renewal that she's doing is very valuable, the urban renewal, because I think it's opening up public spaces for all. And it's in areas where I see they're doing renewal, they're making good sidewalks and bikeways and public transport, and I think that's important. I understand some of the people who are being, whose houses are being demolished are being relocated to the same place, to new buildings or to other places. This is an interesting subject, but what is important is that we are creating a city that is much better because the sidewalks and the areas that are being done today is not just for the people who live there, but for millions who live in Addis Ababa and who will live in the future.
Having witnessed that Addis Ababa is doing the most important thing that is not being done in any city in Africa or in any developing cities around the world this time period, Penalosa reiterated that much work has to be done to cope up with challenges with a growing number of population in the city coupled with modernization.
Addis is going to grow enormously. Addis Ababa, people don't realize it, but Addis is going to be easily 15 times bigger than it is now. So Addis now has 5.5 million inhabitants and it will have 50 million inhabitants. Addis is in 50 years or 60 or 70 years. Addis Ababa is growing the equivalent of one New York every 10 years. So you have to build one New York every 10 years, almost. So it's a huge challenge. So it's important that one great advantage that Ethiopia has is that land is publicly owned. So it's possible to save a lot of land for parks and to do a city that is better than any other city in the world.
Sharing his own and other cities' experiences, former Bogotá Mayor Enrique Penalosa boldly underscored that the Addis Ababa city administration has to confront many prospective challenges as long as creating better city is sought.
If you want to do a better city, you have to confront many battles. You have to fight against those people. You know, the biggest problem is upper income people, the 10% richest people who want to put their cars anywhere and to park where there should be sidewalks. So it is a war. It's a war, and that has to be won. If we want to have an advanced society and a quality city, an international quality, we cannot have parking bays. We have to have. The most important thing, we have many fancy buildings in Addis, but the important thing is not how they look from afar. The important thing about a building is what happens when they reach the ground, where they have great walking facilities for people to talk, to play, to do business, and not cars parked there. That is not a civilized city.
The Addis Ababa City Road Corridor project being well underway is showing rapid progress and expected to be finalized within this Ethiopian budget year provided better weather conditions prevail.